Okay, I think that's probably good to get started. There's a few viewers on here. Thanks for showing up. I am really stoked right now. So we had about $16,000 toward our x-ray machine. You know, we've been trying to get a portable x-ray machine. We got about $16,000 worth of donations. I just can't thank you guys enough for that. But then, you know, to try to finish it off, expedite the process, I went ahead and wrote for a couple grants, and I haven't done that before, so that was kind of weird. But the first one was denied, but in this envelope is the second one, which will complete the funding for our x-ray machine. So I just can't even believe it right now, but we will be getting our x-ray machine very soon. And again, I can't thank you guys enough. This is going to mean so much for the donkeys. Like, prior to this, we've had to load them up. You know, these are donkeys that have sore feet, have been through the mill, they're sick. It's ridiculous what they've been through. We have to load them up, drive them for 2 hours to get x-rays done, so we can, you know, Kendra can analyze their feet, and we can, you know, determine, you know, if they can be fixed and things like that. And you guys know we go after the ones that need us the most, so, you know, this is huge for them. They're gonna have less suffering, and I mean, I just can't even believe it. I'm just so happy. In addition, though, we also will be able to create 2 rooms, one on the clean side, what we call the clean side, where most of the donkeys that you see all the time in the videos and stuff, they're on the clean side, and the other one in the quarantine section, which is where we really need a vet room the most. And we'll be able to create 2 of those, one for each side of the room or of the road. So, you know, we can pull those donkeys in that need it. We can do the x-rays. We can have a place, you know, with a nice room where we can actually, the vet can perform procedures or whatever needs to be done. So I can't even believe it. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys, because you guys were instrumental in, you know, bringing that to us. So we're so excited, and we'll be sharing, you know, x-rays and things like that once we get it up and going and everything like that. So I'm just super excited. And so that was the major announcement. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about a little bit is I've been getting a lot of comments in the last, I don't know, 4 days, I think. I've got them through Messenger, I've got them through Facebook comments, I've got them through text message, actually. And I counted them, and there were 32 people that commented on this same thing, some of them kind of angry. So I thought I should probably get on here and talk a little bit about it. And so these people are asking me to help, or why I didn't help. A few of them were very angry because I hadn't helped. Horse Plus. And I don't know if you guys all know Horse Plus Humane Society. They're a huge horse rescue in the country. And they have this program called a buyout program, and they go and they allow traders and kill pen people or whoever to come and bring their horses and donkeys, but mainly horses, and they pay for them. So basically they're trying to keep them out of the trader industry and the slaughter pipeline. So that's one way that they do that. They pull them out so traders can come to their facility. I believe they come to their facility and they buy them, and anyway, the animals don't have to go through the auction. So recently they received some donkeys, and trader donkeys, you guys have all heard me talk, and I really don't go into this a lot, in posts and stuff, I try to keep our posts upbeat, because part of the reason is because that helps me, but you guys don't want to see a lot of the blood and guts and goriness of the whole rescue industry. So but I know you've heard me say this before, the donkeys are always ill. They come from the auction, they're always sick. They come from the kill pen, they're always sick. They have an illness that's different, okay? It's not like horses. And so some of these people that have got angry with me, I mean, I've stewed about this, and you know, I didn't even know it was happening, for one thing. But I stewed about this and stewed about it, and a couple of them I told to pound dirt. I mean, you know, whatever. But I did, once I learned about it, I did reach out to Horse Plus and ask them if they needed any help. And so we will be meeting. I will be meeting with their veterinarians via Zoom, so we can try to do this. But I think I'm not really sure what happened there, so I can't really comment on a lot of what happened there. But I do know that the illnesses are the same everywhere. And I think that although they're a huge organization, they probably haven't dealt with this kind of illness a lot. So they didn't really know what to do with it. And I think, I'll tell you what happens. The donkeys can be well one day, show small signs of illness the next day, and be dead by that night. That's how fast this goes. So it's really hard to study it. It's really hard to prevent it. You have to do a lot of things, and a lot of that just comes with experience. So I do know, I watched their video and stuff, and from my understanding is that maybe some of them died, and then they euthanized some that looked ill. And all I got from that was that they were breathing fast and they thought they were suffering, so they put them down. I don't know. I think I was contacted too late about it, so I'm not really sure if any of them were still alive at that point when I contacted them. I reached out to them and asked them, and they didn't answer that question. So, but we are going to meet, so hopefully we can prevent this from happening again. I'm going to preface this by saying, like, I am not a veterinarian, okay? I'm not a veterinarian. I'm a scientist, and I'm also in a medical profession. So I have a lot of experience around these kind of things. I'm a researcher, and I'm a medical person. So that's my real job. And then, like, the most strenuous job is all the donkeys. But I'm going to preface this with saying that in the last 3 years, nearly 3 years now, in August it'll be 3 years, we've taken in about 550 donkeys, okay? About 475 to 500 of those were auction and kill pen donkeys, auction or kill pen donkeys. The rest were surrenders. I'm going to tell you about 80 to 90% of those auction kill pen donkeys were sick, and the respiratory sick. Okay, there's different types, but we've had strangles. The first big group we got as a rescue were 22 donkeys and one little horse, and they all had strangles. So what a way to start a rescue, right? Like, surprise. Okay, so we've had strangles, we've had equine influenza, we've had equine herpes virus, we've had a multitude of bacterial infections. We lost some in the beginning as we were trying to sort through this. I tell people, treating donkeys is not difficult. It's just different, okay? It's very different. You have to think way out of the box. And we didn't know this for a little bit of time, so we did lose some in the beginning. But the illnesses that you'll experience from the auction and the kill pen donkeys are no different around the country. Okay, in those 550 donkeys, we've had donkeys from auctions in Missouri, trader in Kentucky, trader in an auction in Tennessee. We've had kill pen donkeys from Louisiana, Oklahoma, Texas, and we've had trader donkeys from Mississippi. And who knows how many more, we just don't even know, that came through auctions. The traders move from place to place. So these illnesses are, they're the same everywhere. When I was losing a few in the beginning, I was so sad, and you take them to, I took them to the hospital, I took them to the vet. Honestly, the vets aren't experienced with that. They're barely experienced with donkeys, most of them. And the vet hospitals, they aren't that experienced with them either. But this whole trader kill pen funk, is what I call it, is a beast that people haven't really delved into much. So, being the researcher I am and the medical person I am, I decided that we're a donkey rescue. We need to work on this. So we swabbed, we necropsied the ones that didn't make it. We had bronchoscopies done with cultures. We kept logs of symptoms. We've got books with success, what worked, what didn't work, this and that. Over this time, we've worked with our veterinarians. We've worked with MU veterinarians. I have one veterinarian at MU that I think is probably one of the most brilliant people on the planet. And we talk academically to each other about why these things are happening and why donkeys are so different. But we exchange these ideas. We've come up, based on what I've learned from him, my own trial and errors, trying to figure out how to make this work, the research, all the things, we've come up with a protocol. Okay? And the reason why I'm not on here to tell you about all that as much as I'm on here to tell you that I don't want you to get the message. I don't want anybody to get the message that when a donkey gets ill that they need to be put down. Okay? They may be breathing heavy, but that goes away. I mean, you were breathing heavy when you had COVID probably the first time. Okay, so you got over it. They'll get over it, okay, as long as they're treated appropriately. So, they just don't need to be euthanized. They need to be treated. They need to be treated appropriately. I'm hoping at some point in the near future we can put together some sort of guide or publication or something with the MU vet that talks about this in more detail, so we can kind of guide people. But in the meantime, my biggest fear is that information like that is going to prevent people from wanting to get auction and kill pen donkeys and save them, and that shouldn't be the case. So I'm going to offer this and tell you this: if anyone gets a donkey from the auction, a kill pen, whatever, they have a respiratory illness, they need to have their vet contact me. Okay, we've got a protocol. We lose none now. As long as that protocol is followed, we will not lose a donkey. And we've got that down pat. So, like I said, there's about 3 different versions of the donkey respiratory illness in terms of symptoms, and you have to be careful and you have to look closely, because by the time a donkey develops symptoms, sometimes they're like the equivalent of an ICU patient. So, but you can still pull them out of that. You don't have to euthanize them. You can still pull them out of that. But I wanted to make sure everyone knows that we are here to help. We want to help. We want to keep these donkeys alive, and I just wanted to make sure that they've been through enough. They've been through abuse, neglect, starvation. they're the most abused donkeys on the planet at the kill pen. Well, maybe not on the planet, but in the United States, they're the most abused donkeys in this country. And you know, they deserve a chance. So I wanted to add that. But the big thing that I wanted to tell you about was this. I'm so excited. I can't wait. We are going to be having some volunteer days, so we're also going to be looking to build these rooms. And our volunteer day on the 27th of this month, we're going to work on the quarantine area, and we're going to update that a little bit and start working toward building an area where we can filter them into the vet room. And then the vet room will get built, and you know, but we do have some donkeys right now that need x-rays, so I'm really excited about that. So really that's about all I had. I know it's short and sweet, and but I wanted to tell you guys all about that. If you have any questions, just shoot them to me, or like I said, if you guys ever have any issues with the donkeys, or you know, some people that even rescues, anybody that has an issue with these donkeys and get them from the kill pen and that, just please reach out. Okay, we're here to help you. We'll do whatever we can. If we don't have the answers, you know, we've worked with enough vets that we could probably get them. So just reach out. I think that's about all I have for you. All right, I'm gonna end this video. I don't see any questions here. Thank you, everybody. Can't thank you enough for the donations and helping us reach this goal, because we couldn't have possibly done this without you. So thank you so much. You'll see it on Facebook. You'll see it in the donkeys. I'm just so excited for them. So I will end this and try to create you guys a video.